Okay. So we will implement stack. That's not the spelling. Okay. Implement stack operations using say list. List is a simple thing, right? Okay. So what stack means is last in, first out.
First out. Okay. Yeah.
Last in and first out. Okay. Okay. So the one that you entered at last will be the first one to get implemented. So I'm going to say class my stack. Okay. So I'm going to create, okay, my own stack. Okay. So I call it as my stack. Okay. Mm, okay. So this is the class I'll create. Now, when you create this class, okay, okay, um, then you need to define a member, right? So
Mm-hmm.
how do you
Yeah.
define a member?
Um.
Um, see, when you create a class, okay, the
Mm-hmm.
you have to if you have to define something, correct? Then you have to
Yeah.
use
Def.
def init, correct?
Yeah. Definite self.
Right? Yes, because um, init is where we assign all the values, isn't it?
Yeah.
So so we have to say init now, right? And in it, we will assign a variable, okay, which will be a list variable. Okay, we'll assign a list variable, and that list variable will store the value that we give,
Mm-hmm.
right? Will store the
Yeah.
value that we give. Okay, so I'm going to say def, okay, double underscore init. Okay, we don't have to pass anything because not required to pass any um, value. Okay, because the ones initially when you create it, it should be blank, isn't it? Initially, when you create a stack or list, okay, it should be blank. Okay, so I'm going to say, okay, here self dot what should we call? Okay, we call this as, let's say, stack, my stack. Okay, let's say my stack. Okay, equal to, it has to be a list. So I created a list here. Okay, equal to the square bracket means it's a list, right? Now we will add three functions here. One to add the member, second to remove, and third to display. So I'm going to say def my or add stack or something. Okay. And I will write the logic later. I'll simply say pass. Def remove stack. Okay. I'll say pass. Def print stack. Pass. Okay, so this is my class, and I have created init where I'm going to store the values, and they have created three functions, okay, where I'm going to implement the, the actual logic. Okay. So when you call print, it should simply print the value, right? So values in the list are, and we'll print it in the next line. Okay. And you can simply say print. Okay. We can do it here itself. Why new line? here itself, I'll say self dot my stack. Perfect. Okay, this is going to print it. Now, how do you add member to the stack? Okay, so this is adding member, right? So in simply, okay, you say self dot my stack dot append. Append will add at the end, right? So we are adding at the end. So I'm simply saying append. Now, when you call this add stack, you have to pass the value also that you want to add to the stack, isn't it? So here you will say val, and this val will get added to your stack. Now, when you say remove, okay, remove from the list. Let's see here. So in list, we have two ways to add, right? One is insert, one is append. Append will add at the end. Insert will, will add at a given position. So when you're talking about insert, you have to also give the position, right? Is it first or last,
Yes.
right? So we don't want to do that, right? So we simply, we say, append, because we want to add at the end, okay? In stack, you have no option but to add at the end. Okay. Now remove from the list, okay, you have self dot my stack dot pop. Okay, so pop will remove it by default from the end, or you can say simply -1, right? Or don't say anything. Let's see. So this is your. Now we have to come back and add some error handling thing, but let's see this. So this is a simple class, and I'm going to create an object of this class. I'm going to say stack1, okay, stack1 equal to my stack, correct? And the moment you call my stack class, the init is called and my stack is printed. Now it's up to you what you want to do. So you want to, I mean, you can write a loop kind of logic while, where you have infinite option, while true option, and ask the user to enter the option. But for now, I'll just manually add some value, manually I'll call this function. So I'm going to say stack one dot add stack, and I'm going to say add 40. Okay, so when I add 40, okay, and I'm going to say 10, 30, 60, 20, right? Now I want to print and see what is there in the stack. Stack dot print stack. It should print the values. And now if I remove the stack values, okay, stack dot remove stack. Okay. So see, last value that added was 20. So if you do this, it should remove 20, isn't it? If you do again remove stack, it should remove 60. The last that you added should be removed. Now let's see this if program is working as per our expectation. You see, 40 we added, 40, 10, 30, 60, 20, but we are removing the last member that got added, got removed, 20. Then 60. If I run again remove stack, 30 will be gone. So at the time of adding members to the stack, you need to know the values that you need to add. But when you're removing it, it has to pick the last value that you added. Okay. So